Have you ever wondered why some people seem completely untouched by the powers of darkness? Why curses, witchcraft, or any form of spiritual attack fail to harm them? These individuals, often called chosen ones, carry a secret power that protects them from harm, no matter what comes their way. These aren't ordinary people. They have been set apart by God for a divine purpose. Their lives hold a deeper meaning, and their presence alone is a challenge to the forces of darkness. But what makes them so unique, and why doesn't witchcraft or any form of spiritual attack work against them? Today, we're going to uncover the truth about the divine protection of the chosen ones, the battles they face, and the secret power that shields them from harm. The chosen ones are individuals who have been marked by God for a holy mission, and their lives are anything but ordinary. From a young age, they felt a deep sense of purpose, even if they couldn't put it into words. There's this inner knowing, a voice within that tells them they're meant for something greater. But the path of a chosen one is never easy. Their lives are often marked by trials and tribulations, from betrayals to unexplainable challenges. Yet every hardship they face is not meant to break them, but to prepare them. These experiences shape their spirit and equip them for the divine mission ahead. What makes them even more unique is their heightened spiritual sensitivity. They have an incredible intuition, almost like they can see through the masks people wear. Without a word, they can sense the true intentions of others, and this awareness acts as both a guide and a shield. There's also something about their presence that's hard to ignore. It's magnetic. They naturally attract people who are drawn to their light. But at the same time, their very existence can disturb those who dwell in darkness. It's as if their energy calls out the worst in people around them. On top of all this, many chosen ones are gifted with abilities that feel supernatural. Some have the power to heal, while others can see visions or offer profound insights. These aren't random talents. They are gifts from God, meant to help fulfill their sacred purpose. And then there's the most remarkable thing about them, their protection. No matter how much darkness tries to attack them, it never succeeds. It's like an invisible shield surrounds them, deflecting harm and keeping them safe. What makes the chosen ones untouchable by the forces of darkness? It's the divine protection that God Himself places around them. This isn't just a metaphor, it's a spiritual reality. No weapon formed against them shall prosper, and no curse can hold power over their lives. Time and time again, those who try to harm the chosen ones find their plans unraveling. It's almost as if their attempts boomerang, returning to them with greater force. This is not mere coincidence, it's the law of divine justice. When you fight against someone marked by God, you're not just fighting against a person, you're challenging the very force of heaven. The energy that surrounds a chosen one is different. It vibrates at a higher frequency, one that darkness cannot penetrate. Dark energies, curses, or even witchcraft only thrive in low vibrations, places of fear, doubt, and spiritual weakness. But chosen ones walk in faith, love, and truth, making them untouchable. Their connection to God amplifies their strength. They carry His light, and where light exists, darkness must flee. Their words hold power because they're rooted in divine truth. Even when they simply affirm their protection or speak life over their circumstances, their words shape reality. This is the secret power they carry, faith in action, backed by divine authority. But make no mistake, being a chosen one doesn't mean life is free of challenges. In fact, their journey often feels like a battlefield. Why? Because the enemy knows their potential. The forces of darkness are fully aware of the impact a fully awakened chosen one can have on the world. Obstacles, betrayals, and even internal struggles are all weapons the enemy uses to distract and discourage them. Sometimes the attacks come through peephole those who misunderstand, envy, or even fear the chosen one's light. Other times the battle happens within, as doubts and fears creep in, making them question their calling. But here's the key. The enemy can only succeed if the chosen one forgets who they are. That's why awareness is so important. Recognizing patterns of attack, those repetitive challenges or situations that seem designed to wear them down, gives the chosen one the power to rise above them. So how can the chosen ones ensure their protection remains strong? It begins with guarding their energy. They must be mindful of the people, environments, and even the media they allow into their lives. Toxic relationships, negative conversations, or consuming content that breeds fear or doubt can weaken their spiritual defenses. Connecting with God daily through prayer, meditation, and reflection is their greatest weapon. These practices don't just bring peace, they create an unbreakable bond with the divine. And fasting? That's another tool that purifies their spirit and heightens their discernment, making it easier to sense and avoid spiritual traps. It's also important for them to stay grounded in their purpose. The enemy often strikes hardest when a breakthrough is near. Keeping their eyes on their mission and living with integrity ensures that darkness has no foothold in their lives. In their homes, chosen ones can create a sanctuary of light. This might include burning incense, listening to music with high vibrations, or simply filling the space with prayer. These small actions cleanse the energy around them, creating an environment where darkness cannot linger. Most importantly, they must trust in God's plan. Even in the midst of challenges, knowing that they are divinely protected allows them to walk boldly and without fear. When someone tries to harm a chosen one, it's as though they're walking into a divine paradox. They might plot, scheme, or curse, but they don't realize they're coming up against something far beyond their comprehension. You see, every attempt to harm a chosen one, be it through dark practices or words filled with ill intent, doesn't just fail. It ricochets, it bounces back. And not because the chosen one is actively fighting back, but because the very fabric of spiritual laws ensures that what you send out, you receive in return. This isn't a form of revenge, it's balance. The energy of harm sent out by another, instead of penetrating the divine shield surrounding the chosen one, becomes like a boomerang. It flies back, stronger than before, seeking its origin. Imagine this. While the chosen one continues their path, unaware of the plots against them, the harm directed their way transforms. It no longer has a target to destroy, so it returns home to the one who sent it out in the first place. And here's the extraordinary part. The very energy intended to harm the chosen one doesn't just vanish. It often manifests as blessings for them. It's as though the negative intent meant for destruction gets repurposed by divine hands. That betrayal? It turns into a revelation that clears the path forward. That attack? It becomes an opportunity for spiritual elevation. Even their enemies, without knowing, contribute to their growth and success. But let's address the deeper spiritual truth here. Chosen ones are not invincible because of their own strength alone. Their protection doesn't come from arrogance or from anything they've earned in a worldly sense. It comes from the purity of their alignment with divine will. They don't have to retaliate, argue, or stoop to the level of those who attack them. Their only task is to continue walking in integrity, living out their purpose, and trusting in the promises they've been given. This trust creates an aura of peace and power that intimidates those operating in darkness. When a chosen one refuses to react to harm with hate, when they hold fast to love and faith, their presence alone becomes an unbearable light. And as they walk forward, untouched by the schemes of others, they leave a trail, a reminder that nothing can stand against what is divinely ordained. So, why doesn't witchcraft, curses, or ill intent work against them? Because they don't operate on the same frequency. A chosen one is aligned with the eternal, the unshakable, and the purest form of spiritual truth. And in this truth, darkness has no foothold. Darkness cannot touch what is surrounded by light, and this light shines brighter each time a chosen one remains steadfast in faith. Can you sense the depth of this power? It's not about being better or more deserving. It's about being called, being chosen, and trusting that every battle they face has already been won. And with this unshakable trust, the chosen ones stand tall, even when the storms of life try to bring them down. There's a quiet confidence in their steps, not because they are without fear, but because they know who walks before them. They are not exempt from trials, yet they rise time and time again, proving that no weapon formed against them shall prosper. Even when surrounded by those who misunderstand, judge, or even attempt to sabotage them, they do not falter. Why? Because their strength is not sourced from this world. Their anchor lies in a truth far greater, in a divine promise that shields them from harm. When people see them standing firm, untouched by the chaos around them, it's not just resilience, it's a testimony of their calling. But here's a question for you. Have you ever felt that pull, that undeniable sense of purpose? Have you ever looked back at your life and noticed how, even in your darkest moments, there was a thread weaving it all together? That thread is no accident. It's a reflection of divine intention, guiding you, protecting you, and preparing you for something greater. If you've ever wondered why certain people seem drawn to you or why others feel threatened by your mere presence, it's because of this light you carry. A light that, even when you're unaware of it, shines so brightly that it disrupts the plans of those in darkness. This is the power of being chosen. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. And remember, while the world may try to dim this light, it cannot be extinguished. The chosen ones are here for a purpose, and no amount of opposition can undo what has already been ordained. The battles you face today are simply reminders that you are on the right path, and the protection around you is proof that you are never alone. Now, take a moment to think about your own journey. Can you see the ways you've been protected, even when the odds seemed against you? Can you feel the weight of a purpose that's greater than yourself? If you can, then you already know you too are part of this divine plan, standing under the same invisible shield, guided by the same unwavering love. As we look deeper into this divine protection, it becomes clear that it's not something earned through effort, nor is it something that can be removed by others. This shield, this unbreakable defense, is woven into the very essence of those who are chosen. It's an extension of the divine connection that binds them to their Creator bond, that no force of darkness can sever. But here's what's even more remarkable. This protection doesn't just shield chosen ones from harm, it also empowers them to walk boldly in their purpose. It's as if they're surrounded by a spiritual force field, allowing them to move through life with courage and clarity. They may face obstacles, but these challenges are never meant to destroy them. Instead, they become stepping stones, tools for growth, wisdom, and strength. When others look at a chosen one's life, they often see a pattern. They notice how setbacks transform into setups for success, how betrayals lead to breakthroughs, and how even the harshest storms seem to propel them forward. To the outside world, it might seem like luck. But we know the truth, it's divine orchestration at work. For those who walk in the light of their calling, even the energy of their enemies can be repurposed. The negativity directed at them becomes fuel for their mission, as though the very act of opposition strengthens their resolve. Have you ever noticed how, when you face a challenge head-on, you often emerge more determined, more focused, and more aligned with your purpose? That's the divine at work, taking what was meant for harm and using it for good. And yet, the chosen ones are not immune to moments of doubt. There are times when the weight of their calling feels overwhelming, when the opposition feels relentless. But even in these moments, they are reminded of a profound truth. They are never alone. The same divine power that shields them also whispers to their hearts, saying, "You were made for this. Keep going." So how do chosen ones stay grounded in this truth? How do they continue to walk confidently, even when the road ahead is uncertain? It all comes down to connection with the Creator, with their purpose, and with the source of their light. Through prayer, meditation, and acts of faith, they renew their strength. They draw from a wellspring of spiritual energy that never runs dry, reminding themselves daily of who they are and whose they are. This connection is their anchor, their compass, and their source of power. It keeps them focused, even when distractions arise. It keeps them hopeful, even when the world feels heavy. And it keeps them moving forward, even when others doubt them. So, as we reflect on this incredible reality, ask yourself, what's holding you back from fully embracing your divine calling? Are there fears, doubts, or voices of opposition trying to convince you that you're not enough? If so, let this message be a reminder that those voices hold no power over you. You are chosen, protected, and equipped for every challenge you face. And in those moments of uncertainty, when the weight of your journey feels too much to bear, remember this: the same God who has brought you this far is the same God who will carry you forward. You were not chosen by accident. You were chosen for greatness, for purpose, and for a light that cannot be extinguished. Hold on to that truth and let it guide you through every step of your journey. As you continue on this journey of purpose, it's important to understand that challenges are not signs of failure. In fact, they are confirmation of your calling. The enemy wouldn't bother attacking someone who isn't a threat to darkness. Your trials, your battles, and even your moments of doubt are all part of a greater plan. They are refining you, shaping you, and preparing you for the incredible work you were created to do. Think of it like this: a diamond doesn't shine without pressure, and gold isn't purified without fire. The difficulties you face are like the fire burning away what no longer serves you, removing the impurities and leaving behind the brilliance of your true self. And as you emerge from these experiences, you carry a light that shines even brighter. That light is your testimony, your proof of divine power at work in your life. This is why the attacks of darkness, whether they come in the form of spiritual opposition, negative energy, or even people who try to bring you down, will never succeed. The more they try to extinguish your light, the brighter it becomes. Why? Because your light doesn't come from the world, it comes from the divine source that is eternal and unshakable. But let's take a moment to reflect on something critical. While you are divinely protected, that doesn't mean you should live carelessly or neglect your spiritual well-being. Just as a warrior polishes their armor and sharpens their sword, you too must be intentional about maintaining your spiritual defenses. One of the most powerful ways to do this is through prayer. Prayer is not just a ritual or a set of words. It's a direct line of communication with the Creator. It's where you find strength, clarity, and peace. When you pray, you are reminding yourself of the divine power that surrounds you and reaffirming your connection to it. You are speaking life over your circumstances and declaring victory over every challenge. Another key element is discernment. As a chosen one, you have the gift of spiritual intuition, a heightened sense of what is right and true. Use this gift wisely. Pay attention to the energy around you, the people you allow into your life, and the environments you place yourself in. Not everyone has your best interest at heart, and not every situation is meant for you. Trust your instincts, for they are often whispers from the divine, guiding you toward what aligns with your purpose. It's also important to guard your mind and spirit against negativity. Be mindful of what you consume, whether it's the media you watch, the conversations you engage in, or the thoughts you allow to take root. Remember, your mind is a powerful tool, and what you focus on has the potential to shape your reality. Fill it with truth, hope, and the promises of God, and you will find yourself walking in peace, no matter what comes your way. And lastly, stay connected to your purpose. The enemy's greatest strategy is to distract you or make you forget who you are. Don't let the noise of the world drown out the voice of your Creator. Take time to reflect, to listen, and to realign with the mission you were chosen for. When you walk in purpose, you become unstoppable, not because of your own strength, but because of the divine power working through you. So, as you move forward, hold your head high and your heart open. Know that you are not walking this path alone. You are surrounded by a force greater than anything this world can throw at you. And no matter what comes your way, you have the assurance that nothing, no darkness, no attack, no trial can overcome the light that is within you. You are chosen, you are protected, and you are destined for a purpose far greater than you can imagine. Keep walking, keep believing, and keep shining your light. Every energy that someone sends out, whether positive or negative, follows an unchanging spiritual law. It will always return to its source. For the chosen ones, this principle isn't just a concept, it's a living reality, strengthened by God's divine protection. When someone tries to harm or curse a chosen one, the negative energy they project cannot fulfill its mission. Instead, it is reflected back, returning to the sender, often with greater force, amplified by the divine shield surrounding the chosen individual. Imagine this like a spiritual mirror. Any harmful energy directed at a chosen one is met by the light of God that surrounds them, which deflects and sends that energy back to its origin. This is not an act of revenge, but a natural balance maintained by divine law. What is sent out must return to where it began. This protection doesn't require the chosen ones to do anything extraordinary to activate it. It is inherently part of their divine connection to God. However, when a chosen one verbally affirms their divine protection, the effect is intensified. A simple prayer like, "Lord, I place every negative energy back to its rightful source," creates a powerful, impenetrable shield of energy. What's even more remarkable is that the negative energy sent to harm a chosen one often transforms into a source of strength and blessing for them. God has the ability to turn evil intentions into tools for growth and triumph. As the Bible reminds us in Genesis 50-20, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." This reinforces that no matter how many schemes are formed against them, God's purpose for the chosen ones will prevail. Through the law of returning to sender, chosen ones don't need to respond to attacks with negativity. Instead of seeking revenge or holding on to resentment, they are encouraged to maintain peace, live with integrity, and trust that every harmful intention will naturally return to its source. In fact, the enemy's negative energy often serves as confirmation that the chosen one is on the right path, for darkness is always drawn to light. Moreover, this divine protection doesn't just shield the chosen ones, but also teaches them deeper lessons about faith, patience, and inner strength. These experiences refine their character and prepare them to carry out their divine missions with greater clarity and confidence. So, when faced with any form of attack, remember this: you don't have to fight back with the tools of this world. Let God handle it for you. Place your trust in Him, affirm your protection, and continue moving forward with a heart full of peace. Those who attempt to harm you will not only fail, but they will also face the consequences of their own energy, and in the process, every step you take becomes even more firmly grounded in truth and light. To sum up, the power of the chosen ones lies not just in who they are, but in who they are connected to. As individuals chosen by God for a divine purpose, they are surrounded by an unshakable shield of light that no dark force can penetrate. Witchcraft, curses, or any form of negative energy are rendered powerless against them because they operate on a higher spiritual frequency, one that reflects the glory and protection of God. Every attack, every trial, every attempt to harm them becomes a stepping stone to greater strength, deeper faith, and a clearer purpose. The divine law of returning to sender ensures that the darkness directed at them doesn't just fail it boomerangs back to the origin, teaching powerful lessons about the futility of opposing God's will. The chosen ones are a testament to the unstoppable power of divine protection. Their lives are living proof that no weapon formed against them shall prosper. And in moments of doubt or challenge, their greatest weapon is their unwavering connection to God through prayer, faith, and the daily affirmation of their divine identity. So, to all the chosen ones watching this, remember, you are not alone. You carry within you the light of the Almighty, and His presence surrounds you in every battle. Trust in His plan, live boldly in your purpose, and let the world witness the power of God working through you. Every challenge you face only strengthens your testimony, and every attempt to harm you only serves to prove the greatness of the one who protects you. If this message has resonated with you, I encourage you to take a moment to share it with someone who might need to hear it today. And I'd love to hear from you what moments in your life have reminded you of God's powerful protection. Leave a comment below and share your story. Together, let's keep building this community of faith, light, and divine purpose. Let this be your reminder. You are chosen, you are protected, and you are unstoppable. That concludes this powerful message about the divine protection surrounding the chosen ones. As you walk through life, let this truth settle in your heart. No matter the challenges, no matter the forces that may rise against you, you are guarded by the Almighty Himself. This isn't just a concept, it's a reality that manifests in every aspect of your life. If you've ever doubted your purpose or wondered why the trials seem so relentless, know this. It's because of the incredible light you carry. The enemy wouldn't try so hard to extinguish what isn't threatening to the darkness. But your light, it's unstoppable, it's divine, and it will continue to shine no matter what comes your way. I want to remind you that you're part of something much greater than yourself. This message is a call to recognize the power within you and to step boldly into the purpose you've been created for. Take time today to reflect on how God has shielded you, guided you, and placed you exactly where you are meant to be. And remember, you're never alone. As you continue your journey, there's an entire community of chosen ones, just like you, walking in faith, standing in divine protection, and living as vessels of light in a dark world. So stay connected, stay faithful, and let your life be a testimony of God's unmatched power. Before we wrap up, don't forget to like this video if it's blessed you, and share it with someone who needs this reminder today. Together, let's spread this message of hope, faith, and divine protection far and wide. And as always, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Share your thoughts, your stories, and your reflections. Let's continue to encourage one another as we walk this incredible path of faith. Thank you for watching, and remember, you are chosen, you are protected, and with God by your side, nothing can stand against you. Keep shining your light, and may God bless you abundantly.